Can a country mired in the difficulties of socialism find its way to the prosperity of capitalism? Can nations shackled by government control break free and unleash the power of individual initiative? The answer, my friends, is a resounding yes. The path from socialism to prosperity is a journey paved with the principles of free markets and individual liberty. It's a journey that countless nations have taken, and it's a journey that can transform lives and uplift entire societies. The evidence is undeniable. Capitalism, with its emphasis on individual freedom and economic opportunity, is the surest path to prosperity. But why does socialism fail, and how does embracing capitalism pave the way for a brighter future? Let's dive in and explore these questions. To understand why socialist economies crumble, we need to grasp the fatal flaw at their core, the absence of private property and its essential offspring, market prices. You see, without private property, there's no incentive for individuals to innovate, to invest, to take risks, and to create. And without market prices, it becomes virtually impossible to allocate resources efficiently, leading to shortages, surpluses, and economic chaos. Two brilliant economists, Ludwig von Mises and Friedrich Hayek, warned about these pitfalls of socialism. Mises argued that without market prices, socialist economies become blind, unable to make rational economic decisions. Hayek emphasized the importance of local knowledge and individual incentives, both of which are stifled under socialism's heavy hand. Now let's talk about the magic that happens when a country transitions from socialism to capitalism. When individuals are given the freedom to own property and engage in voluntary exchange, something incredible occurs. Market prices emerge. These prices, determined by the forces of supply and demand, act as signals, guiding resources to their most valued uses. Imagine a farmer who owns his land. He has every incentive to produce the crops that people want, at prices they're willing to pay. This is because the profits he earns are his to keep. This simple yet profound mechanism, driven by private property and market prices, is what fuels economic growth and prosperity. Capitalism doesn't just rely on existing businesses, it thrives on the constant emergence of new ones. When governments step back from controlling the economy, entrepreneurs step up. These daring individuals, armed with their ideas and their willingness to take risks, are the lifeblood of a thriving capitalist economy. They see opportunities where others see problems, and they're not afraid to invest their time, energy, and resources to bring their visions to life. And here's the beauty of it: when entrepreneurs succeed, they don't just create wealth for themselves, they create jobs, they generate innovation, and they improve the lives of countless others. This is the virtuous cycle of capitalism, individual initiative leading to widespread prosperity. From socialist struggle to capitalist success, Poland and Estonia. Let's look at some real-world examples of countries that have made the remarkable journey from socialism to capitalism. Poland, once trapped in the Soviet bloc, embraced free market reforms in the late 1980s. Privatization, deregulation, and sound monetary policy unleashed an economic boom, transforming Poland into one of Europe's fastest-growing economies. Estonia, another former Soviet republic, followed a similar path. By implementing radical free market reforms, including a flat tax and a lean government, Estonia transitioned from a socialist backwater to a digital powerhouse, often dubbed the Baltic Tiger. 5 Pillars of Prosperity, the Austrian Perspective. Now let's delve into the 5 core pillars of prosperity, as identified by those insightful Austrian economists: private property, sound money, free markets, entrepreneurship, and the rule of law. These pillars, working in harmony, create an environment where individuals can thrive and economies can flourish. These 5 pillars are not just abstract concepts, they are the bedrock of a prosperous society, the essential ingredients for a brighter future. Private property, the foundation of prosperity. Private property is the cornerstone of a free and prosperous society. When individuals have the right to own property, they have a stake in the game. They have an incentive to improve their property, to invest in it, and to use it in a way that benefits themselves and others. As the great economist Milton Friedman once said, the most important single central fact about a free market is that no exchange takes place unless both parties benefit. Private property is essential for this voluntary exchange to occur, forming the very foundation of a thriving market economy. Sound money, the guarantor of stability. Imagine trying to build a house on a foundation of sand. That's what it's like trying to build a prosperous economy on a foundation of unsound money. Sound money, characterized by its stability and predictability, is crucial for long-term economic growth. When a currency loses its value rapidly, as we often see in socialist economies plagued by hyperinflation, it erodes savings, discourages investment, and throws the entire economy into disarray. Sound money, on the other hand, provides a stable environment for businesses to plan, for individuals to save, and for the economy to grow sustainably. It's the essential ingredient for long-term economic stability and prosperity. Free markets, entrepreneurship, and rule of law, the engines of growth. Free markets, fueled by entrepreneurship and governed by the rule of law, are the engines of economic growth and prosperity. When individuals are free to pursue their economic interests, to start businesses, to innovate, and to compete in the marketplace, magic happens. New products are created, jobs are generated, and the standard of living rises for everyone. But for this to work, there must be a level playing field, a set of rules that apply equally to everyone. This is where the rule of law comes in, ensuring fairness, transparency, and accountability in the marketplace. The evidence is clear. Capitalism delivers prosperity. The evidence is overwhelming. Capitalism, despite its imperfections, is the greatest wealth creation system ever devised. The contrast between East and West Germany, once a stark example of the divide between socialism and capitalism, speaks volumes. While West Germany flourished under a free market system, East Germany stagnated under communist rule. Similarly, the stark differences between North and South Korea, with the former languishing under totalitarian socialism and the latter thriving under a more capitalist system, provide another powerful illustration. These real-world examples, along with countless others, confirm the Austrian economist's central message. Capitalism, with its emphasis on individual freedom, private property, and free markets, is the surest path to prosperity. It's a message that resonates with the power of truth, offering hope and opportunity for a brighter future. It's crucial to understand how Austrian economics has shaped modern economic policies and how it contrasts with other economic theories. Austrian economics, with its emphasis on individual choice, spontaneous order, and the critical role of prices and private property, stands in stark contrast to Keynesian and Marxist theories. Keynesian economics, for instance, advocates for significant government intervention to manage economic cycles. It suggests that through fiscal and monetary policy, governments can smooth out the fluctuations of boom and bust. While this approach has been influential, particularly in the mid-20th century, it often leads to increased government debt and potential misallocation of resources. Marxist economics, on the other hand, calls for the abolition of private property and the centralization of economic planning. This theory, as history has shown, tends to stifle innovation, reduce incentives, and ultimately lead to economic inefficiency and scarcity. Austrian economics, however, underscores the importance of allowing markets to operate freely. It posits that when individuals are free to make their own economic decisions, the result is a more efficient allocation of resources, greater innovation, and overall prosperity. This school of thought has influenced policies that favor deregulation, lower taxes, and reduce government intervention, advocating that economic growth is best achieved through the empowerment of individuals and businesses. In today's global economy, the principles of Austrian economics continue to provide a compelling blueprint for sustainable prosperity. By prioritizing individual freedom, respecting private property, and trusting in the power of free markets, we can create a world where opportunity and wealth are within reach for more people than ever before. As we move forward, it's essential to remember the lessons of the past and the insights of Austrian economists. Their emphasis on the foundational elements of a prosperous society remains as relevant today as ever, guiding us towards a future of greater economic freedom and prosperity. Let's delve into real-world applications of Austrian economics principles by analyzing case studies of countries that have implemented them and the outcomes they've achieved. First, we turn our attention to New Zealand. In the 1980s, New Zealand faced severe economic challenges, including high inflation and unemployment. By adopting policies inspired by Austrian economics, such as deregulation, tax cuts, and privatization of state-owned enterprises, New Zealand transformed its economy. The result was a period of sustained economic growth, reduced inflation, and increased employment opportunities. Next, we look at Switzerland, often cited as a model of economic freedom and stability. With a strong emphasis on private property rights, minimal government intervention, and a robust financial sector, Switzerland has maintained a high standard of living, low unemployment rates, and a resilient economy even during global financial crises. Finally, consider Hong Kong before its recent political changes. For decades, Hong Kong operated under a laissez-faire economic policy with low taxes, free trade, and minimal government interference. This approach led to rapid economic growth, transforming Hong Kong into one of the world's leading financial centers and a hub of innovation and entrepreneurship. These case studies demonstrate the tangible benefits of applying Austrian economics principles. By prioritizing economic freedom, reducing government intervention, and fostering a competitive market environment, these countries have achieved significant prosperity and resilience. As we reflect on these examples, it becomes evident that the principles of Austrian economics offer a viable path to economic success. They provide a framework for creating an environment where innovation thrives, resources are efficiently allocated, and individuals have the freedom to pursue their economic aspirations. In conclusion, the lessons drawn from these case studies reinforce the enduring relevance of Austrian economics in shaping policies that promote sustainable prosperity and economic freedom. By learning from these real-world applications, we can better understand how to navigate the complexities of modern economies and build a future where opportunity and wealth are accessible to all. As we conclude our exploration of Austrian economics, let's summarize the key takeaways and their relevance in today's world. First, Austrian economics emphasizes the importance of economic freedom. By minimizing government intervention and allowing individuals to make their own economic decisions, societies can foster innovation, efficiency, and growth. This principle has been a cornerstone of the success stories we've examined, from New Zealand's economic turnaround to Switzerland's enduring stability. Second, private property rights are fundamental. They provide individuals with the security and incentives needed to invest, innovate, and contribute to economic prosperity. Countries that have upheld strong property rights like Switzerland have reaped the benefits of a resilient and prosperous economy. Third, the role of prices in the market cannot be overstated. Prices convey crucial information about supply and demand, guiding resources to their most efficient uses. In a free market, prices help ensure that goods and services are produced in response to consumer needs and preferences, driving economic dynamism and growth. Fourth, entrepreneurship is the engine of economic progress. By unleashing the entrepreneurial spirit, societies can tap into human creativity and drive, leading to technological advancements, new businesses, and job creation. This has been evident in the rapid growth and innovation seen in Hong Kong and other economically free regions. Finally, Austrian economics teaches us the importance of long-term stability over short-term gains. Policies grounded in sound economic principles such as fiscal responsibility and monetary stability can help prevent economic crises and ensure sustainable growth. In today's complex and interconnected world, the principles of Austrian economics offer valuable insights for policymakers and individuals alike. By prioritizing economic freedom, protecting property rights, respecting market signals, and fostering entrepreneurship, we can build a future where prosperity and opportunity are accessible to all. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the principles and real-world applications of Austrian economics. We hope this exploration has provided you with a deeper understanding of how these timeless ideas can help navigate the challenges and opportunities of the modern economy.